Good morning, 10th standard students. I'm sure you had a wonderful day yesterday by celebrating Janmashtami with your families. Now I think we are in study mode and we need to be studying our lesson for today. So let's begin our lesson where we left. We have already started at 4 scene 1 and we saw the conversation going on between Duke and Antonio. And we also noticed that Duke has sympathy for Antonio and he's expecting the same from Shiloh. So then, after the conversation is over, Duke has called for Duke for Shiloh. So we are on page 186 now for today. And let's begin here. Go one and call the Jew into the court. The Jew here refers to Shylock, and there are two types of people living in Venice. One is Jew, and another one is Christian. So they don't get along well, and so therefore they are away from each other. And so Salario comes here and he gives a message to the Duke. He is ready at the door. Now he refers to Duke Shylock, who is already getting into the premises of the court. And then he says, he comes, my lord. Okay, he here is Shylock, my lord is Duke, because we just can't say Duke. We have to give respect to the Duke. So we say, my lord. Okay, that's, just see the word here, L is not capital. Okay, that means it has only relevant to the man and not to the God. If we are putting my God, my Lord, then we have to put L as capital. So we see the entry of Shylock here, and we see here Duke is trying to convince Shylock from showing his revenge to Antonio. Make room and let him stand before our face. Okay, make room. That means make a place for him and let him stand right in front of me. So I think we finished this. We did up to line 35. And we proceed with where Shylock is not interested in showing mercy to uh, Antonio. That's where we left on line 35. We begin from Shylock, who is continuing. Duke has given his consideration, his advice to Shylock, and now it's the turn of Shylock to reply to uh, Duke's response. I have possessed your grace of what I purpose. The purpose here is what I have decided. I have informed you about my grace. Okay, possessed here, informed you. Okay, and I have possessed your grace. Your grace is due, and of what I purpose. I here is Shiloh. So when we look at in this extract, every I or me uh, is referred to Shylock himself. So this is first person here. And by our holy Sabbath have I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. Okay. Now he has taken an oath by Sabbath. Now Sabbath is a very sacred day for especially Jews. They worship God on Jews on Sabbath. And therefore he says, in the name of Sabbath, I have taken an oath that I am going to take my bond, and because the bond time is over, so he is insisting that he needs a pound of flesh from near the heart of Antonio to have the due and forfeit of my bond. Forfeit of my bond, the agreement that I made with Antonio. My bond, Shylock's bond. If you deny it, now you here refers to you. If you deny it, let the danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. So if you refuse me my bond, uh, then you will have to see that the city of Venice has laid down some laws for the city, and according to those city, the charter we call it in the way a city charter, the laws that are formed for the citizens of Venice. So it says, if you deny giving me the bond of 1 pound of flesh, then you will not be doing justice and not following the laws of Venice. This is what it says. Upon your charter is the laws laid down by your city, okay, Venice. Okay. Your charter, those are laid by the Duke himself. And there's going to be a question on cities. Find out. A city here refers to Venice. So we are in Venice in the court, and before the proceedings, the conversation of Duke and Shylock are going on before they can actually come in terms with the case. You'll ask me why I rather chose to have a weight of carrion. Carrion here refers to dead flesh. Okay. Now he is telling him, see, if I'm going to take the pound of flesh from Antonio's, it becomes dead. It has no life. You are going to see why I need the dead flesh from Antonio. Once it is taken out from his body, it becomes dead. It has no meaning for me. And he says, then to receive 3,000 ducats. So I will go with a pound of flesh rather than to get 3,000 ducats. I'll not answer that. That means I have no reason to answer you for that. I want it and so I'm going to get it. So we see here it's a big long speech of Shylock standing in front of Duke and trying to bring out his point why he does not want to help or show mercy to Antonio, but say it is my humor. My humor is the way it pleases Shylock. My humor is Shylock's. The way he says it pleases him. Is it answered? Okay. I want it that way. So have I answered your question? What if my house be troubled with a rat and I be pleased to give 10,000 ducats to have it binned? Binned here is poisoned. And now he is giving him an example here. See, if my house has a rat in my home and it is destroying my things, so I'm going to spend 10,000 ducats to poison it and to kill it. So, in the way he says, according to Shylock, he considers Antonio to be a very great enemy of his. And that, if it comes in the home, it becomes the enemy of the owner. So he says, I'll have to kill it. That means I'll have to take my bond amount from Antonio. I'm not going to leave him, give him another chance. What? Are you answered yes? That means this is the second time that he's saying, I have answered you the way I want the things to go. I want you to do it for me and give me justice. Some men there are a love, not a gaping pig. Okay. Some men, he gives example of, the Christians, they eat pigs, okay, and Jews, they are deadly against eating that. So therefore, he's giving an example of a pig. He says when people see the sight of the pig, and in the mouth, its mouth is open. Gaping pig is open mouth of a pig. When it is roasted, they stuff the mouth of the pig with some fruits so that it will be roasted and it will give them the good flavor or the taste. This is some men, when they see this sight going on with the roasted pig, his mouth stuffed with some fruits, they run away. Okay. Some that are mad if they go look at it. And some, when they see a cat, even though it does not harm them, they run away from the sight of a cat. They don't want to see the cat, and others when the bagpipe sings in the nose, and others when they hear the noise of a bagpiper. Now, bagpiper is a person who plays flute and the noise is coming through the nose. So he says, when they hear the noise of a bagpiper, they also run away from his presence. Cannot contain their urine for affection, mistress of passion says it to mood of what it likes or loathes. Okay. And these people, that example that is giving, they cannot control their emotions. And as the sight of the different things that he is bringing out here, and that is according to their likes and dislikes. If they don't like something, they are going to run away. If they like something, they will be hit upon. It once again depends upon their passions and emotions that they have it and the mood they are in. Okay. The moment you see, take for example a lizard, everyone wants to run away. That's most of the time. Ladies are very scared of that. They want to run away because they see the sight and they don't like it. So this is the mood of a person. So he's giving an example of these people. They dislike the thing and they run away. If they like, they will stay. there. As there is no firm reason to be angered, now for your answer. I have no reason to answer you. I've given you all the examples and I want you to do justice to me. This is what he is trying to tell. For your answer. Your answer refers to Duke's response to this. As there is no firm reason to be rendered, I have no reason to be given to you. Why he cannot abide a gaping pig? Okay, why people cannot bear the sight of a open mouth pig which is being roasted? Why a harmless necessary kite? Why can't they go over the sight of bear the sight of the cat? Okay, and then he says, why he a swollen bagpipe but of force must yield to such an inevitable shame. And these persons have no reason for behaving in this manner. Okay, some people don't like lizards, some people don't like pigs, some people don't like the sight of a cat, some people don't like the sight of a dog. So he says, as these people have no reason for behaving in this manner, I also do not have reason to give you why I want my bond money. Okay. Why he woolen bagpipe, but of course must yield to such inevitable shame. So why should these people bear to such shame? This is how he is trying to say. In other words, he also says, uh, other man is angry at the sight of harmless cat. Uh, Sometimes we have a different emotion. We may be happy, we may be scared, we may be angry, okay, seeing different things. This is the nature of man. So he says, as to find himself being offended, must yield to such inevitable shame here refers to who? Antonio. Now here he is trying to say that indirectly he is trying to tell that he has brought shame to Shiloh. So why must I yield to him? Okay, must yield to such inevitable shame. Inevitable shame refers to Antonio. As to offend himself being offended. Uh, uh, I do not want to be offended again. So can I give no reason? No, I will not. He says, I will not give any reason for uh, your question of showing mercy. I give no reason, nor will I, nor I will not. More than a lodged hate, okay? A lodged hate is deeply rooted. It has been, one is, when you see a person, you get angry. Slowly that anger turns into hatred. So it takes considerable time to hate a person. Immediately, as first sight, you will not hate him, even though he may not have done good to you. But slowly you build up the hatred towards your enemies. So here he says, more than a large hate and certain loathing, okay, that I bear for Antonio. That means I have been bearing the way he has treated me in the past. Now this is my time to take revenge. And so here he is the hatred that I have in my heart for Antonio is has been building up for some time, and therefore I will follow losing suit against his. That I follow losing suit against him, are you answered? So why should I forgive him? Why should I ask him to give me money instead of a pound of flesh? No, I will not, because he is my most hated enemy. This is what he says. He wants to go with the pace to get justice. Are you answered? I've given my clearance. Now you need to do your part. This is what he is telling the Duke. Bassanio, this is no answer, thou unfeeling man. Okay, now Bassanio is speaking to Shylock. Shylock also is, Bassanio also has reached the place, the court. And he says, this is no answer, thou unfeeling man. Thou here refers to you, Shylock. Okay, this is a King James version, King James language. So where thou, thine, okay, thee, they are all referred to you. So you, Shylock, you have no feeling. And that means Bassanio is trying to be showing his emotions here for his friend and to excuse the current of that cruelty. That means you have no excuse to show your sympathy uh, uh, because you have no feeling. You are a man without feeling. So this is no answer for you that you want to have your own way, the way you want the things to go on. You are heading for that. Okay. I'm not bound to please thee with my answers. Okay. Shylock is answering Bassanio back. Please write that Shylock to Bassanio and Bassanio to Shylock. You need to write it so that you are able to understand who is who. Okay. I'm not bound. I here is Shylock, not bound, obliged to please thee. Thee here is Bassanio with my answers. My answer is Shylock's answer. He says, I, Shylock, not bound, obliged to please thee. Thee here is Bassanio with my answers, Shylock's answers. Okay. I'm not bound to answer your questions. Okay, this is what Shylock is telling Bassanio. Then Bassanio talks to Shylock again, replies to him. This is a brief conversation between Shylock and Bassanio. Do all men kill the thing they do not love? Okay. If they don't like anything, do they have to kill them? This is a question put up by Bassanio for Shylock. Hates any man the thing he would not kill? Okay, he says, if he doesn't necessarily be, if he hates a person, he is not going to kill. This is how Shylock and this is a sort of a heated argument, and in a way, both are trying to question each other after the Duke, and Duke is just listening to their conversation. Every offense is not a hate at first. So every offense is not a hate. Okay. Every mistake that person makes is not hateful. What wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Okay, here Shylock again to Bassanio. How much hatred he has created for Antonio. This is what wouldst thou have a serpent sting thee twice? Serpent sting thee twice? That means now Antonio has already insulted me in the streets of Venice, and I have not said anything to him, and he considers Antonio as a serpent. A serpent is always, the serpent never leaves its habit. So this says, I do not want Antonio to hurt me second time. So therefore uh, he says, what wouldest thou? Thou here is Bassanio. Have a serpent sting thee twice. Thee here is Bassanio again. What if the serpent has stung you first time and you are saved, then you would allow him to be stung second times. So in the another way he is trying to say, if Antonio has hurt me once, I would not give him a second chance by showing my mercy to him. So this is what he is trying to tell him. So when we look at here, and we are going to stop at line 190 and we will continue here next week with this. And now we will go on with our workbook. Most of you have not gone through the video that I had sent on Tuesday, and I have told you to go through it. I have given you instruction that you need to give me your workbooks on Monday, that is 17th of July. And then also when I saw it, then you say, Madam, when is the assignment? When we have to submit? Please go through and read and listen to the instructions I give in the YouTube channel of mine in my video itself. And if you are not listening, only 1/4 of the students have gone through this video of Monday, language and literature both. So I know by your views how many of you have done. And I need this workbook on Monday, 17th August. And English language assignments I will be collecting on 20th August. Okay, so I will return the workbooks on 20th and take the language assignment on August 20. Okay, I hope I have made myself very clear. Let's go on with our text here, page 142 on workbook. You make room and let him stand before our face. Shine of the world thinks that I think so too. Okay. Now, even if you do not have your workbooks with you, please listen to my question and answer and copy them in your notebook. So you have no excuse of telling me you do not have the book. If you are out of cardboard, you can even go to any of those ICC's student stores where they give students board books and get this workbook of Merchant of Venice. Okay, this is the Merchant of Shakespeare, Merchant of Venice. Okay, so this is where you can say down there you have Anita Aram. Okay, and this is Evergreen Publisher is the one. So I'm giving you Evergreen Publisher. Go to any of those ICSC seller bookshops, and you will get this workbook from there. And I want you to listen very carefully. Mark the extract in your book if you do not have the workbook, and it's on pay make room. And then I'm giving you the question also, so you write down the answer after listening to the question. So you will have to do you have to work hard on it, because if you don't have the workbook, you have to listen to the question and then answer. The first question on this page 143 is, what does the world think about Shylock Stan? What does the world think about Shylock Stan? The world thinks about Shylock. The world thinks about Shylock that he would keep up this hatred and cruelty till the last moment and show mercy to Antonio at the end. He will show mercy to Antonio at the end. Second question, explain the lines, thou shalt, thou wilt show thy mercy and remorse more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. You have this in your extract itself. So you can mark it there in the book and write out the page also. We have to explain this. The answer is the world expects Shylock to show his mercy, which will be which will be much more than his cruel and hatred towards Antonio. His cruel and hatred towards Antonio. Okay, third one. Who has suffered losses and how? Okay. Antonio has suffered losses as he has lost his merchant ships, merchant ships in the sea. This is Antonio's biggest loss as his ships were carrying goods for trade. Question number 4. What characteristic trait of the Duke is revealed in the above mentioned lines? Okay. What characteristic trait of the Duke is revealed in the above mentioned lines? Duke lacks other characters. Duke like the other characters. Okay. Duke like the other characters in the play is sympathetic towards Antonio and he expects he expects Shylock also to be sympathetic. Okay, we go on with page 144, question number 5. Okay. Explain, but touched with human gentleness and love. Duke is speaking to Shylock. Duke is speaking to Shylock and trying to convince him so that he would be gentle by showing his love, by showing his love to Antony. Okay, we have the third one. Shylock, I have processed your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath have I sworn. Okay, this is another extract that we have covered today. So we need to do this today only. Whom are these lines addressed to? Whom are these lines addressed to? What is the context in which these lines are spoken? What is the context in which these lines are spoken? Shylock is addressing these lines to Duke. He has taken an oath by the Sabbath that he will have the full penalty. He will have the bond with full penalty, which Antonio is unable to keep. Which Antonio is unable to keep. Second question: what was Shylock sworn on oath? Uh, he wishes to keep up his oath. He wishes to keep up his oath by taking a pound of flesh. By taking a pound of flesh, as per the bond which Antonio is unable to fulfill. Which Antonio is unable to fulfill due to his losses. Okay, question number 3. Explain the line upon your charter and your city's freedom. This means that Shylock is trying to remind you uh, Shylock is trying to remind you that if he refuses, and that if he refuses, the Duke will endanger. If he refuses, the Duke will endanger the municipal charter and freedom of Venice. Question number 4. What reason does Shylock give for taking a pound of flesh from Antonio's breast? Shylock has no reason. Shylock has no reason for taking a pound of flesh from Antonio's breast, except that he wants to do it. He wants to do it and make himself happy. Number 5. What light does Shylock's speech throw on his character? Shylock has real hatred for Antonio, as he has shown his revengeful attitude as he has shown his vengeful attitude here in this scene towards his enemy, comma, Antonio, towards his enemy, Antonio. Okay, this is very complete. So I would expect you to do your workbook till page 145. And I want to see it on Monday. Please come and give it to the teacher who is appointed. I think it is Mr. Stephen and Harikesh Asa. So these two teachers are appointed to collect the notebooks or any assignments from the students or the parents. The parents are coming, let them meet Mr. Stephen or Mr. Harikesh and submit the assignment to them, and then they in turn will bring the workbooks to me. So make sure all your workbooks are coming on Monday to me. Failure to do that, you will lose. This is going to be after 25. I'm going to grade you, and this is going to affect your pre-board marks. Okay, we are not sure whether we are going to have half-yearly exams or not. All these marks that we are trying to collect through the assignments will be added towards your half-yearly as well as your pre-board marks. So make sure you do it, and God bless you as you complete your work.